delivering data to financial professionals, providing leading-edge analysis applications.
No request too large and no request too small.
Who is FactSet? We're consultants. We're engineers. We're salespeople. We're product developers. We're content managers.
And that's only the beginning. So why are we here?
I have access to a smart product that serves my clients.
I control my own agenda.
I like managing others, but I'm still part of the team.
My colleagues inspire me to outperform.
I got the role I wanted because I worked hard.
People listen to my ideas, and I get the support to bring them to life.
Everyone is tasked to making us better.
I love communicating with my clients.
FactSet wants me to grow.
I had months of training when I started, and it didn't end there.
I'm a CFA charter holder thanks to FactSet's program.
FactSet took my team on vacation to let us know we succeeded.
I like how we give to those who need it.
Traveling to diverse locations for conferences and events is enriching.
It's not only the folks who work here who agree. FactSet's included in Fortune's best companies to work for. Glassdoor's top 10 companies for work-life balance. UK's 50 best workplaces. Forbes' best small companies. Great companies for millennials by Human Resource Executive. What do you want to do at FactSet?
Nagbabalik ang paborito niyong online tambayan. Dito lang yan sa Pamantasan. Ako si Zed.
Maghahatid kaalaman ng everything you had to know. Ako si El.
Tampok ang mga nakaka-proud at buwan ng PUP yan. Saka naman si Sir Dennis.
Lahat ng latest, trending ito sa Facebook na Back. Ako naman si Pat.
At muli niyo kami makakasama dito lang sa Pinakausap-usapan sa Pamantasan. High school meet, ayan. Kamusta naman kayo dyan? Yes. Siyempre, malamig. Daming yes, At masaya, siyempre. O, kayo ba?
Oh, so inspired. Kami naman saan? Marami kami ginagawa pag Burma.
Oh, siyempre.
Pero kinakaya. Laban lang.
Tama. Marami din naman kasi tayong natututunan.
Correct.
Diba?
Naku, alam nyo, kakayanin nyo yan.
Oh.
Kasi ito nga mga student leaders natin, kinakaya.
Sino yan, ma'am?
Academics plus student service.
Wow, mismo. Kaya kami tulong.
Kilalanin natin sila sa
Organic!
Hi schoolmates! Ako si Elijah San Fernando, ang bagong presidente ng Sentral na Konseho ng Mag-aaral. Sentral na Konseho ng Mag-aaral ang pinakamataas na student government sa PUP Main Campus. Since 1983 pa nag-e-exist ang mga student councils. Tungkulin ng Sentral na Konseho ng Mag-aaral na magbigay ng mga aktibidad na maglilinan sa kagalingan at mga interes ng mga eskolar ng bayan. Bukod sa pagsusulong ng students' rights and welfare, isa sa pangunahing proyekto ngayon ng Sentral na Konseho ng Mag-aaral ay ang pagpapatayo ng mga student centers, student areas, para sa mga eskolar ng bayan at mga organisasyon sa ating sintang paaralan. Pinili naming paglingkuran ang mga eskolar ng bayan sapagkat naniniwala kami na sa pamamagitan ng Konseho ng Mag-aaral ay makapagbibigay kami ng mga proyekto at aktibidad na siyang maglilinang ng kakayahan at mga interes ng mga kapwa natin eskolar ng bayan. As the highest student body in PUP Main Campus, it is our duty to uphold the rights and interests of the whole student body. Dito na papasok yung buong layunin ng Sentral na Konseho ng Mag-aaral bilang representante ng mas malawak na hanay ng mga eskolar ng bayan.
Kami ang Sentral na Konseho ng Mag-aaral. Certified Orgaling!
Tapak sa pagiging mabuting ehemplo para sa mga scholar ng bayan.
Tama, pero syempre, ito hindi lang basta estudyante, yung mga nagsisilbi ng mga ganyan, meron din naman tayong kilalang good example, no? Balita ko, kamustahan mo yan last time, sir.
Wow, updated ka dyan, ha?
Well, kasi may vlog ka na eh.
I know, right? Please follow Dennis Dumrique sa YouTube. Anyway. Pero anyway, totoo yan, ano? Isa lang naman siya sa mga pride ng PUP. At, syempre pa sa larangan din ng broadcast journalism.
Alam niyo, kilala ko yan.
Ay,
Bakit naman, ma'am?
Dating host yan ng PUP TV season.
Ay,
pinapanood ko yun. Nandito na siya.
Siya naging bias
Sabi na nga, be.
Anyway, sino ba yan?
Nakasama natin yan si Kuya L.A.
Totoo.
Yes, true yan, Ma'am Yel. O siya, kilalanin na natin siya sa ating Sofa Session presents
L.A. Santos!
Halina't kumustahin at kilalanin ang mga nakaka-proud at huwarang PUP alumni. Ako si Sir Dennis at ito ang Sofa Session, Scholar ng Bayan noon, Scholar para sa Bayan ngayon. Tampok sa ating unang usapan ay isang
Broadcast Journalist Graduate Batch 2013, nakilala bilang isa sa mga host ng unang season ng Pinakausap-usapan sa Pamantasan. At ngayon, siya ay isa sa pinakabatang radio correspondent sa kanilang istasyon.
Nagbabalita at makikibalita sa atin. Please welcome L.A. Santos! Hello! Kumusta naman, Sir L.A.?
Ayun, okay pa naman at buhay na buhay pa.
Ayun, gusto ko yun. Buhay na buhay pa. Proceed, let me just say congratulations sa achievement mo, no, bilang isang broadcast journalist. So, mayroon tayong mga katanungan, Sir L.A. First question, let's start by telling your story. Ano yung mga namimiss mo sa PUP or bilang isang PUP yan?
Siyempre, FEWA!
FEWA! So, aside from FEWA, ano pa yung mga namimiss mo sa PUP?
E di siyempre, yung kultura natin.
Ano bang sa tingin mo yung culture ng PUP na unique na nagagamit mo ngayon sa
Aba, tinuruan tayo maging mandirigma at magdiis sa mahabang pila!
yun, tama. Kasi
hindi paninira yun, ha?
Exactly.
Ano yun, parang
compliment.
Oo, sa loob pa lamang ng paralan natin, tinuturuan na tayong ako ano man yung mangyayari, posibilidad na mangyayari sa hinarap. Nararamdaman na natin.
Correct. Oo. Tsaka tinuturuan tayo maging patient, diba?
Yun. So, balikan yung mga prof.
Grabe!
Pwede!
Sige nga. Paano ba? Joke lang.
Ako, personally, hindi naman ako nakaramdam talaga ng, alam mo, sama na loob. Siguro may mga prof talaga na stricto, yung terror kung tawagin. Pero pagka natapos yung course nyo, natapos yung subject mo na yun, ngayon nasa trabaho ka na, ma-realize mo na, may punto pala siya kung ba't siya ganun.
Yes, totoo. Galing. Next question naman natin. How did PUP shape you for your career?
So, round shape. Siguro tinuruan niya akong maging matapang. Yung maging matapang kapag dating sa, yung realidad.
Yes.
Parang hindi ka basta susuko. Kasi sa atin, dito ang training sa atin, siguro sa College of Communication din na, hindi porket wala, hindi mo na gagawin. Gagawa ka talaga ng paraan.
Parang bawal ang bumanga.
Oo, bawal lang ang bumanga. Oo. Pero dahil sa PUP, syempre natuto kang humanap ng paraan, naging resourceful ka, nahanap yung mga bagay na yan. Which is nagagamit ko siya ngayon.
Wow. Yeah, that's the true PUPian spirit, di ba? Okay. In one word, describe your PUP journey and why.
Siguro, palaban.
Palaban?
Kailangan talaga maging palaban ka sa buhay.
Yes.
Dahil hindi ka magtatagumpay kung manatili ka lang sa isang sulok nung kung saan ka nasaan ka man.
And palaban, kasi talaga naman kailangan mong maging matapang dun sa nature ng work mo, di ba?
Yung PUP, kilalang palaban talaga yan.
Yes. So, you are now a junior
radio
correspondent. Kwentuhan mo naman kami, Sir LA, kung ano yung mga daily routine mo, anong ginagawa mo.
Junior radio correspondent po ako sa Super Radio DCBB. Ang karaniwang beat ko, police beat. Kasi usually panggabing duty ako.
Yes.
So ang trabaho ko, syempre mag-report ng mga crime news. Kung ano yung mga nagaganap sa gabi. Ano yung ibig sabihin, sir, na gabi ay paro patayan? Yung mga crime news, mga police stories.
Mr. LA, last question na to. Oh my gosh. Siguro ano na lang, advice na lang pala. Okay? Ano yung mga advice mo sa mga future journalist, future broadcast journalist? Na PUP yan, ha?
Sa mga taga-COC, yung mga kumukuha po ng journalism, mga broadcast communication research, ituloy nyo lang yung pangarap ninyo. Tandaan nyo palagi na pagka nasa realidad na kayo, kalimutan nyo na matalino kayo. Ang pinakamahalaga ay marunong kang makisama. Kasi kahit gaano ka katalino, kung hindi ka marunong makisama, iiwan ka ng mga tao nasa paligid mo. Pagpatuloy mo lang yung pangarap mo, huwag kang susuko, maging matapang, at siyempre matuto kang makisama sa taong nasa paligid mo.
Patunay si Mr. L.A. Santos na dating scholar ng bayan noon ay nagsisilbing inspirasyon at nagbibigay karangalan sa ating sintang paaralan ngayon. With that, see you next time. Ito ang Sofa Session.
Maraming salamat, L.A. Santos, nagbabalita. Dennis Enrique.
Sir, change ka rin. Nakadaya na mag-teacher.
Sorry, nadala lang ako. Kasi ang galing kasi niya. Tsaka, na-realize ko, ang hirap pala. Tsaka nakakapagod din magbalita sa radyo.
Tama, alam mo, kailangan marami kang alam.
Oo, totoo.
Tsaka alam niyo ba, isa siya sa pinakabatang radio news anchor sa station.
Yes, in fairness naman talaga.
So, marami pa kayong aabangan sa mga susunod naming episode.
True.
O kaya kayo, mga schoolmates, para maging updated sa usap-usapan, make sure na you're following your social media account. Just search for www.facebook.com/PUPCreative and follow us on Twitter at
Tweet. Ayan, don't forget to watch our previous episode at ang episode na to sa ating YouTube channel. Just subscribe at PUP Creative.
Yes, schoolmates! Hanggang sa susunod na usapan dito sa pabalitan yung online tambayan. Ito ang
Pinakausap-usapan sa Pamantasan!
Ano sa tanong mo, sir?
Huwag kang kabahan, kayang-kaya mo to.
Pag-gising ko sa umaga, nag-uunat ka to.
Typical. Gusto ko marinig, paano yung pag-report ni L.A. Santos kapag nagbablog? Siyempre sample naman, di ba?
Pero gusto niya aksidente. Dennis, nakakatusay pa dito sa aking harapan. Itong isang hindi pa nakikilalang lalaki, makarang pagbabarilin na mga hindi pa nakikilalang suspect dito sa Santa Mesa. Puting lab gown, naka-itim na pantalon at napakagandang sapatos.
Welcome to the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, the country's first Polytechnic U. PUP is a state-run university governed by the Republic Act 8292, known as the Higher Education Modernization Act of 1997, and its implementing rules and regulations contained in the Commission on Higher Education Memorandum Circular No. 4, Series of 1997. It is home to more than 70,000 students, making it the largest state university in the Philippines in terms of student population. It is the university's commitment to give qualified and talented students access to quality and responsive education to aid them in the achievement of their dreams and the improvement of their lives. True to its commitment of making education accessible to all, the university has strategically established campuses and branches all over Luzon. boasts of its roster of 1,483 full-time and part-time faculty members and 707 administrative employees. The faculty members and employees perform the collective goal of training, servicing, and supporting the university's stakeholders. From its humble beginnings in 1904, PUP was originally established as the Manila Business School primarily for the training of personnel for government service and to provide skills needed for private employment. 4 years later, the Manila Business School was renamed Philippine School of Commerce or PSC and merged with the Philippine Normal School from 1933 to 1946. Through the virtue of Republic Act 778, PSC was renamed to Philippine College of Commerce or PCC in 1952. In April 1, 1978, PCC was converted into a chartered state university now known as the Polytechnic University of the Philippines by virtue of Presidential Decree Number 1341. PUP truly has come a long way from a business school to a premier polytechnic university, the very first in the country. Every year, around 50,000 graduating high school students, mostly from economically challenged families, take the Polytechnic University of the Philippines College Entrance Test or PUP set and hope to become one of the 10,000 who will be given a chance to be new PUPians. At present, the university offers more than 80 programs in the graduate and undergraduate levels with its strategic direction of making the colleges vertically articulated. Graduate School, College of Accountancy and Finance, College of Arts and Letters, College of Architecture and Fine Arts, College of Business Administration, College of Communication, College of Computer and Information Sciences, College of Education, College of Engineering, College of Law, College of Political Science and Public Administration, College of Social Sciences and Development, College of Science, College of Tourism, Hospitality and Transportation Management, College of Human Kinetics, Institute of Technology. PUP further strengthens its open university system through expanded tertiary education equivalency and accreditation program and the non-traditional system program. It caters to borderless educational system that aims to reach many learners as possible. For more than a century of existence, countless outstanding achievements have raised PUP to the level of a national comprehensive university. with a vision to transform the university into an epistemic community. PUP subscribes to the idea that a university should have an extensive research and extension development culture. Each year, PUP surpasses national passing rate in licensure examinations and ranks among the top in different academic disciplines. PUP has also institutionalized academic exchange and international cooperation with various countries all over the world through its Office of International Affairs. Today, PUP is relishing its successes and its students are enjoying unprecedented academic opportunities. An enhanced campus environment, upgraded colleges, state-of-the-art technology, and nationally and internationally recognized programs. It has gone far from what it was more than a century ago. This is mainly due to the support given by the government, the PUP community, and its benefactors. With the combined efforts, PUP will continue to be a partner in nation building and in poverty alleviation for the marginalized sector of the society, with quality, responsive, and relevant education as a tool. PUP, the country's first Polytechnic U.
Allow me to share with you my vision for the university. I envision PUP to become the pioneering and leading national polytechnic university in the 21st century. With a national polytechnic university status, it will bring more opportunities for the university to further strengthen its academic programs and improve organizational performance as an institution for higher education. In pursuit for this vision, My mission for PUP is for it to recognize its catalytic role for national development. PUP will ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities through a re-engineered polytechnic education. By re-engineering, we look into the existing processes and programs in order to achieve higher quality of academic programs and services following the principles of effectiveness and efficiency. With this mission in mind, I have formulated 10 pillars as my reform agenda for the university. Pillar 1. Dynamic, transformational, and responsible leadership. Empower academic and administrative leaders by following the core principles of good governance to create collective growth and unity. Here I would like to highlight an innovation by introducing the development of an integrity management plan to assess, plan, and implement anti-corruption strategies that will secure the institution against corruption and abuse. Likewise, asset management and resource generation will be aggressively pursued to ensure productivity and finance the implementation of the plans and projects for the university. Pillar 2. Responsive and innovative curricula and instruction. We aim to provide world-class polytechnic education that responds to national and global needs by developing intellectually challenging curricula and design academic programs that are based on industry demands to provide the learners with adequate and relevant competencies and skills and prepare them for a successful and rewarding careers. In a rapidly changing world, we recognize the paradigm shift in curriculum to outcome-based education with lifelong learning approach. Pillar 2 also sits on the framework of internationalization of Philippine higher education through transnational education by promoting academic mobility among faculty and students and global dimension into the curricula and teaching process. Pillar 3. Enabling and productive learning environment. Following education in Industry 4.0, we aim to increase and enhance the use of new technology to enable student learning and engagement, as well as advanced teaching process and methodology through new and state-of-the-art facilities that will support the overall learning and teaching experience in the university. Pillar 3 likewise includes campus development and the provision of conducive learning centers and facilities for students and faculty. Pillar 4. Holistic student development and engagement. We will empower students as well as rounded learners and active young leaders as we open opportunities for various academic mobility and venues for honing skills and personal development, being the principal stakeholder of the university. Recognize academic freedom as a form of self-expression and a platform to showcase students' intellect, skills, and creativity. Pillar 5. Empowered faculty members and employees. Likewise, we are looking into the holistic development of our faculty and employees as productive, competent, and experts in their respective fields. We will encourage our faculty roster through formal education, capacity building, research and extension initiatives, faculty immersion, and other academic engagements, both local and abroad. We will ensure that both our faculty and employees will have a vibrant career development path as public servants in this state university. Pillar 6. Vigorous research production and utilization. We will continue to strengthen the research culture in the university by promoting discovery and innovation through increasing disciplinary and collaborative research integration across academic disciplines to create new knowledge, utilize research findings, and develop innovative products. Pillar 7. Global academic standards and excellence. Achieve the highest levels of recognition in quality and compliance standards from CHED, AACUP, and other international accrediting and regulatory bodies for higher education. We will intensify our efforts to achieve and sustain better academic performance and continue to excel as a top-performing school in various professional licensure examinations and produce board top-notchers, as well as sustain our status of being the most preferred graduates of employers. Likewise, we aim to establish and to be recognized as centers of development and excellence in our academic programs. Pillar 8, Synergistic, Productive, Strategic Networks and Partnerships. Synergize and forge strategic linkages and partnerships across all sectors of society and the global community in line with the overall plans and programs of the university. Establish alliance with the government, industry sector, NGOs, and the academe will lead to resource sharing, program support, and research collaborations beneficial for all. Pillar 9, Active and Sustained Stakeholders Engagement. Harness a healthy and harmonious organization by empowering all its stakeholders, both internal and external, through open communication networks, consultative and participative undertakings, and team-building activities, recognizing that all stakeholders can greatly contribute towards the betterment of the university. Pillar 10, Sustainable Social Development Programs and Projects. Expand access to education, knowledge building, and information dissemination through sharing of expertise and resources for community development. Support inclusivity approach in education by embarking on Education on Wheels, which aims to bring access to education closer to communities, following the principle of no one will be left behind. As the University of the People, we should bring the university closer to their hearts to serve their needs and extend assistance in mainstreaming public service. Our institution must continue to stand as one for the values that we have inculcated. For the past 115 years, we have exemplified our quest for truth, excellence, equity, relevance, effectiveness, integrity, and academic freedom. Lastly, I call upon each and everyone to join me in this journey. Together we stand as one para sa sintang paaralan para sa ating bayan.
Emerson is a global technology and engineering leader. We operate in over 150 countries. We are 110,000 employees worldwide. And here in the Philippines, we have over 2,000 employees.
My name is Nikki Florento. I'm from Dell Philippines. I'm handling the university relations and services hiring.
Pagasa Steel supplies concrete reinforcing bars to the Philippines' booming construction industry. We have been the leading supplier of quality steel bars for the past 52 years.
EGS is an Alborica company. It is one of the fastest growing BPO companies in the Philippines right now.
I'm Cecil Venancio and I'm a Branding and Communications Director of Sykes Asia.
We don't decide whether you're from a top-tier university or a state university. We decide based on our assessments that includes exams and interviews. Having said that, a lot of Dell's workforce in the Philippines are from PUP.
55 to 80 hires annually, those coming from PUP alone. And as a matter of fact, 14 of the homegrown employees who started from staff and supervisor have been promoted.
Currently, we have 13 employees from the PUP. They're working in a different field, so most of them are an engineer, some are in sales, most of them are in the higher position.
There's a huge pool of students that we can really harvest from, and we know the reputation that they bring. So we're glad that we have a university like PUP that we can rely on for our future employees.
I love the graduates of PUP. They're not only fun to work with, but you can rely on them. They are very, very dependable.
PUP graduates are an exact match and fit to Pagasa Steel's mission and vision.
The reason why we prefer the PUP graduates is the fact that we notice that they have a common denominator, very hardworking. See, whatever happens, they'd still work. Even if it's raining, they'd still come to work. You give them additional tasks, they'd accept. They are resilient.
Very passionate, aside from being resilient, because we can see that they're very dedicated with their job. And we've seen a lot of PUP graduates, not just in one department.
They turn out to adapt very well and adjust well to our company here in the Philippines. They're productive employees and they stay with us for a long time.
Stand out sa PUP graduate is their loyalty sa company namin.
Integrity and ethics, drive for results, intellectual capacity, and adaptability. So when we hire PUPians, they have this kind of competencies.
Of course, they're very intelligent people, responsible. Responsible in a sense because whenever we meet these graduates and we ask them what are their future plans, they would always come up with answers like helping out their family, or because I'm done with school, I'll help out another sibling. So you would know already that these kids, even before they actually embark on certain work, they already have goals in mind.
They're not maarte, no? Whatever you give them, they know that if it's for the purpose of the job, they will do it. And so they have, they're the ones that survive the challenges of work. They don't shirk away from responsibilities. They're the type who, whatever the job requires, they're up for the challenge.
PUPians enable people everywhere to grow and thrive.
PUP is one of the pillars of the nation because it is an institution that provides good graduates and people who really contribute to the success of the community or to the success of the country.
To all the people associated with PUP, if you're a graduate, congratulations, and you should be proud of yourselves. For those of you that are students, please continue the tradition, the proud legacy that your school has. Some of you, PUP, you work for us now. We appreciate you. We know you're good employees. For those of you that might work for us in the future, please consider us. We'd love to have you. We know that you make a great employee for Emerson.
PUPians, bring everything you are. If you have big ideas, let's talk. Come work where passion meets possibility. You can visit jobs.del.com for opportunities.
To pursue your dreams and work hard for whatever endeavor you will choose. And in the event that you will choose to apply in one of the fastest BPO companies in the Philippines, I would like to invite you to apply in EGS, an Alorica company, because our doors are open for all of you.
To all the PUPians, let's create a size of smile together.
SMART is very happy to have PUP graduates now enjoying their career and let them live more.
Hashtag Sides to PUP. We will support you in more ways than one.
Tara na, maging magkasama na tayo. Mabuhay ang PUP.
Noon pa man, malaki na ang naging bahagi ng mga kababaihan sa lipunang Pilipino. Kaisa sila sa marubdob na paghahangad ng kalayaan ng ating lahi. Kabilang sila sa paglinang ng ating makulay na sining at mayamang kultura. Kasapi sila sa pagtataguyod ng mga adhikain ng kapwa mamamayan at sa pagtugon sa mga pangangailangan ng lipunan. Katuwang sila sa pagtuklas sa mga larangan ng agham at medisina. Kapanalig sila sa pagpapairal ng batas, karapatan at katarungan para sa lahat. Kabahagi sila sa paglilingkod sa bayan at sa pagpapanatili ng demokrasyang Pilipino. Sa paglipas ng panahon, hindi nagmaliw ang kanilang pag-ibig sa ating inang bayan. Mga kababayan, ito ang alay ng mga kababaihang Pilipino para sa bayan. Tumayo po tayong lahat at sabay-sabay nating awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dilim mo'y buhay. Lupang hiniram, dulot na ng pag-ibig, sa manlulupin, di ka masisingil, sa lahat ng lubog, sa sigat at sa langit mong babang, may ginatang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isang ng patawad mo'y tagumpay na naghiligid, ang bituin at araw na kailan pa may madilig. Lupa ng araw ng 100%, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Ang higaya ng pag ay makakamit, ang mga na'y nang dahil sa'yo.
Hi, I'm Engineer Florinda H. Oquindo, Director of the Alumni Relations and Career Development Office. The role of our office is to keep connections among students and alumni, provides complete range of services to students, alumni, and employers in the area of career development, graduates and professional schools preparations, employee relations, and campus recruitment. We also provide alumni and students with the tools and resources to help find success in all professional endeavors. To all freshmen, please come and visit us. Our office is located at N209 North Wing, 2nd floor.
Good afternoon, Piupian! Good afternoon, guys! So, I hope, alam ko, eager na lahat kayo kasi vacation mode na. So, it's vacay mode and at the same time, it's Holy Week mode. So, alam ko yung iba may mga klase pa hanggang mamaya. Actually, may mga klase pa tayo, mga estudyante, teacher. May klase pa po tayo ngayon. Bukas pa tayo, totally vacay. So, maraming salamat sa mga umattend ngayon from PUP, PUP Cabiao. We also do have from PUP Mulanay, Parañaque. So, meron din tayo from Santa Rosa, parang Santa Rosa SPC, San Pedro. Santa Mesa, magpapaiwan ba naman ng Santa Mesa? So, meron din daw from PUP Maragondon. So, ang ating host college ngayon ay ang College of Computer and Information Sciences and College of Social Science and Development. So, maraming salamat po. Dean of the College of Computer and Information Sciences, Dean Benny, maraming salamat po. At sa Dean ng College of Social Science and Development, Dean Sebastian, maraming salamat po. These colleges are our hosts for this 2022 year-round webinar this April. So guys, pa-rename naman po yung ating mga Zoom name sa format ng campuses nyo, then or college nyo, follow by your name para po at least ma-acknowledge namin kayo. So, guys, let me share my screen for our webinar etiquette. Okay, we do have 2 participants for this 2022 year-round webinar. By the way, I'm Professor Jane S. Pulma from the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office. So our office is located at N209. So alam ko magkikita-kita tayo once na face-to-face na. So our office provides services and assistance to the students and alumni in support in the area of career development and placement and sustaining its link to the employers, well as employment opportunities. So guys, for our stream participants, yung Zoom participants po natin, welcome po at thank you for attending and taking your time off on this webinar. So for our Zoom participant, please remember to keep your microphone always on mute while this webinar proper is ongoing. And please always remember that we are currently on live stream. So we'll be having our Q&A portion after the industry speaker on her chosen topic. So you may use the Zoom chat or raise your hand for question or if you want to interact with our speaker po. So, kung meron tayong Zoom participants, meron din tayong stream participants. So, ano ba yung stream participants natin? Meron tayong PUP Career Center Facebook page. So, guys, please like and follow us on our PUP Career Center Facebook page para naman at least kahit papano maging updated kayo sa mga event ng career development ng Career Development Office or Alumni Relation and Career Development Office, and at the same time makita nyo rin doon yung mga posting and job vacancies ng ating mga industry partners. So our stream participants, pwede po kayo mag-participate sa atin using the comment section of this live. You may post your question. Just kindly introduce yourself with your name, course, and section. We will be monitoring and including any question posted on the comment section of our live, and it will be addressed during the Q&A portion. So for everybody, you will be having your digital certificate 2 to 3 weeks after the conduct of this webinar. You just have to accomplish the evaluation form flash on the Zoom chat and posted at the comment section of this stream at the end of the session. So please take note that this form or this link is only accessible 6 hours after the webinar. Okay, guys? So, guys, interact tayo ha? Okay? Can you type 3? If gising pa lahat kayo or may kausap pa ako dito. Wow! Alay pa ang ating mga PUP yan. Hindi pa sila vacay mode. Thank you, guys. So, for our first industry speaker, he will be discussing building the future for Filipino IT professional. Let's welcome Mr. Nico Ilagan, VP of People and Infrastructure of Pareto Services Incorporated. Hi, sir.
All right, you guys might have been weirded out that the person that's talking is not Nico Ilagan. Let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Glenn Stenson, or you can call me Glenn because that name sounds like a scientific, some sort of a dinosaur's name. So again, you guys can just call me Glenn, and I am here to quickly present to you my company, our company, which is Peireto. And we would love to say that we are one of the winning companies. Now, what do we mean by that? Now, simply when we say Peireto, who we are, we believe, is a kind of a modern business process outsourcing company, or sometimes we would call ourselves the KPO, as we pride ourselves in the level of the subject matter expertise that we've got in this industry. But for me to really make sense of who Peireto is, here is a video that I would love for everybody to watch. And if you are ready to watch the video, please, on the chat box, type IMG, or you can type carps if you want. You can type IMG or carps on the chat box if you're ready to watch the video. All right, I have one here. I want to see more IMGs or carps on the chat box so that I'd be able to play the video for everybody. All right, more and more are coming. Thanks for that. Well, in that case, I won't keep you guys waiting. Let me prep that real quick. And roll VT. All right, and that was the quick video on why you should choose Peireto. I just realized I have on some fake mustache, so please don't judge me. I'm gonna work on that later. But let me quickly go back to the slides here, and I hope that you guys were able to pick up the gist of who Peireto is. And again, we are a KPO, financial technology company. So we, again, dabble and really take pride on our expertise on this side of the industry. So mostly anything about payments. If everything is cool so far, can I get a heart from everybody? I need some love. I know that you guys are on your, as what the lady earlier said, on your vacay mode. I would love to see some heart from everybody if you're still able to follow. A heart react, please. Thank you. I only see a couple. How about the others? Come on. If you are on Facebook, though, I know that you won't be able to. Just leave a heart react on the live itself. Okay, so when we say we do more than just save costs, we enable growth. You know, I would love this to come from not just the video that I've shown, but because we are different in a way that we are a supplier of turnkey solutions, but above all, we are a strategic partner. And how are we able to reach this? Well, simple. I want to ask everybody, what part of the body do you use? And you may send your responses on the chat box. What part of your body do you use to pick up the sound from your surrounding? Come on, leave a chat. But which part of your body do you use to pick up the sound of your surrounding? I don't see any responses just yet. Like a part of your body. Here's a hint. I'm touching it now. And you're able to. Exactly. Thank you so much. I was going to call you Paranaque. Thank you, Veronica. That's right. You make use of your ear. And if you're able to pick up the sound from your surrounding, you are making use of the sense of hearing, right? But what if I tell you that in Pareto, we don't just stop at hearing things. We start with hearing and then we put it to heart. That is the art of listening. And we believe that this is something that we employ with everybody in Pareto. We listen because we want to really understand what they mean about the growth that they would like to go for. We listen because we want to make sure that we hear from fresh eyes, such as you guys, if you choose to be part of us, what you think will be helping us in improving things that we've got in the company so far. We listen in a way that if there are things that you feel that you need more help with, we'll be there right at that moment that you ask for that help. And we are excited for all of you guys to experience this as well. And aside from the listening and the understanding from the people of Pareto, what else will you be getting if you are part of Pareto? Now, specifically for the benefits, we can have that post during the Q&A, and because I think our VP, Nico, will be able to join any moment. Now, he just had to attend to something important, but he'll be here, don't worry. So what will you be getting? Of course, the opportunity to significantly contribute to the team. One thing that I noticed, since I am, by the way, the learning and development specialist, I pretty much lead the learning and development team of the company right now. And before I took on the reins of doing decisions and changes, taking on projects with the team, I was able to work with a handful of interns, and not just interns, PUP interns, 3 in total. They are from the marketing business administration. I don't know what the department exactly is called, but that is their no longer a strength because they're college, but that was their course. And I was able to really help with them, and they were diligent and they were smart, they were innovative, and they were really collaborative. And their contributions up to this day can be felt not just within their team, but all of the teams that are impacted by the work of learning and development. Mentoring is definitely important. We set up one-on-ones so that we get to have moments with all of our interns, employees, and have them share with us. Remember the art of listening. Since we employ this, we have these moments with all of our employees and recruits and interns so that we'd be able to hear straight from them. And then we mentor them into the path that they would like to pursue themselves. Of course, the allowances. The specifics of that will be answered later. Flexible work schedule. I am reporting between 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. So anything between that time frame, so long as you could complete the 8-hour time period, well, 9, including your lunch, that is considered enough, and that is your work schedule. Equipment shall be provided definitely, as we expect for you to come up with amazing outputs depending on the role that you will be in while you're in Pareto. We will be providing that, don't you worry. Expand your skill set in a way that there are times that you will be thinking, I don't know if I can do it. Well, the only way for you to find out is actually try and do it yourself. You can always ask yourself the question, or you can do it. That's our mantra. And because of that, you'd be able to get out of your comfort zone, because we believe, and I personally stand by this, that comfort does not equate to growth. Every time that you feel comfortable with what you're doing, if you feel like you already know the ins and outs of the things around you, that's the best time for you to ask yourself, am I still growing? Am I still learning? Or I'm just basking in the comfortability of being in this situation? Because if that's so, you may not be growing. That's the question that we always ask everybody in the company. And for future employees, since the goal of being an intern is not just render your internship for academic purposes or for voluntary purposes because of money, but because you want to find a company that will be able to really support you as you progress in your life personally and professionally. So if you wish to be an employee, of course, there will be company perks and incentives. Just recently, we've had bonuses based from the quality of work that they were able to show and exhibit last 2021, and it was pretty exciting because together with the pay that we got today, not today, yesterday actually, the bonus came in too, and they were really celebrating, and I am really happy for them too. Work-life balance, I advocate to this just to share with you. You may be feeling it from how I'm speaking right now. I used to be a DJ, and up until now, I'm able to dabble into my passion projects, which is a podcast, and I am going to reinstate that. And even though while I'm working, I'm able to work on my passion projects, such as podcasting, going out, and then even partying with the people that I work with, which strengthens the bond and the camaraderie, which makes for a better workplace for everybody. Pays and allowances, as mentioned earlier, of course, we have that. Experience working collaboratively. It's important as part of our mission and vision that we work towards innovation, and that happens if we have collaboration. Rewards and recognition programs. We have events set in place so that we will be able to recognize these people, and then of course they'll be getting something off of that. Health and insurance benefit. I myself, as a soon to be regular employee, because I have recently started, just to share, I have only spent a quarter with Peyreto, but I'm really happy because first, you see, I am given the opportunity to present myself in front of future subject matter experts and leaders. More on that later, that may be part of Peyreto. And I have been able to indulge and experience the HMO benefit right on my first day, which is pretty important these days. You know why? The diverse community, we have a ton of people of different walks of life, different experiences, and you get to hear from them directly. Professional and personal economic growth, of course, and most importantly, you learn from the best people. We learn from you, I learned from you, we learned from each other, because it's a two-way street. We meet right in the middle, exchanging ideas, exchanging skill sets, and more importantly, to care for each other. I think that's one thing that I really felt here in Pareto. Only for 3 months, and I really feel that I have connected with the set of people, not just in our department, but every other department at a personal level, which is amazing. Now, what will you be if you get the chance to be part of Peyreto? Remember when I told you earlier the two types of the people that you may become in the future? We believe, and this had been the pattern, I'd say, of how we have been honing people into certain career paths, is that we ask them, how do they see themselves as a global professional? Is it as a deep subject matter expert, or as a leader? When we say a subject matter expert, let me expound on this a bit. As me, it means you really spend your time perfecting your craft in that particular field. If you find that you are best in creating perhaps the slides like this or instructional materials, we have people that will be heavily focused on that. We see them as someone that we will go to if we have questions about, let's say, finances. We have questions about anything that has to do with HR or payroll or anything. If we find that they see themselves as expert in that field, we would have and love to tag them as the subject matter expert. Now, as a leader, of course, you know what this means. It means these are the people that are more into people management, more into making sure that they're able to manage the people that are within the organization or within their team, guiding them towards what the rest of the people want. If you will be part of Pareto, you will know more about the changes and the differences of the kinds of tagging or job grades that we have. Normally, you start as an intern, we have an associate and then a specialist. Oh, let me help you go off mute. PUP Kabiao. I couldn't see the full name. What we do is we help each other. Right now, I'm a specialist and I'm helping my colleague. Hi, Mark. I know that you're watching. He is an associate and I'm helping him to become a specialist. And Miko, my direct report, is helping me to become a lead or to be part of the management as a manager specifically, because that's what we do. And more of that career path and the talent mapping once you reach and have the chance to be part of Payreto. Now, what does it take to be part of Payreto? Well, you have to have what it takes. This is a mnemonic acronym, to be specific, that each of the letter actually stands for something. Now, when we say I, it means innovative and creative. I think you guys know what that means. And having the chance to work with a lot of PUP interns, I have seen you guys be able to exhibit this, and I'm more than excited to see more of the students or the graduates, almost graduates too, to show this to Payretto. Thinking critically and analytically, here we don't spoon feed. We let you decide. Of course, guided. It's a guided decision at the end of the day, but initially we want you to ponder on it. We want you to reflect on it. That's a word that you will be hearing thrown around the company. Can you reflect on this? Reflect on that, because we believe that experience is not the best teacher. The best teacher is reflection, because if you don't reflect from your experience, there's no learning. If you don't ask yourself what this experience is trying to teach me, you won't be able to really learn, because merely experiencing it will just let you experience it one more time without really squeezing out what it's trying to teach you. You have to be a team player. Remember that collaboration is a big deal. Attention to details. You will see a lot of people that would be nitpick. You will feel like we're nitpicking, but it's all for a reason. The devil is in the detail. We believe in that. And for you to take pride on being a KPO or someone that sells the process, the knowledge, you have to be able to set the foundations of that, and that is details. Knowledge retention rather, and recall, of course. We've only got one time teaching you all these things, and you have to be able to learn it. Effective communication skills, this is important, but don't worry if you find that you are a bit falling short. uh, there are ways that we could support you, especially from the learning and development team. We're excited to have that one done. um, Strong interest in digging deeper and learning the subject matter. If we find that you are the type that is really invested and really would want to learn and know more about this, the subject matter expert, may be inside the operations where you deal with clients, maybe with the support team where you deal with the people that deal with the clients, it's up to you. Just show that there's an eagerness, that passion within you, and we will be kicking the potential out of you. Don't you worry. Now, with all this, we have witnessed that most especially the people that are able to exhibit what it takes are the people that are part of student government, some clubs in the school. That's why we have indicated here student leaders, because we have found them to be passionate, with their goal driven, they're leaders, they're thriving, they're confident, and they're resilient. But do not let this, okay, limit you to submit your application, or if you have any questions, to the email addresses that I'll be showing earlier. We just said that we prefer people that are of this caliber, but it doesn't mean that because you're not a student leader, you have no chance to be part of Payretto, okay? Still, if you're interested, feel free to email us rather, to internship@payretto.com as an intern. But as an employee, for those who are graduating or those are graduates, you can simply email us at recruitment@payretto.com. Now, I want to quickly check if you guys are still alive. Can I get a tada reaction from everybody? It's the party popping emoji, to be specific. Can I get a tada reaction from the people that are still alive and with me? And you might want to do a little breath check, because as they say, nakaka-cancer daw ang panis na laway. You guys haven't been talking, so make sure that you are alive, alert, enthusiastic. Now, I want to check too if our VP is here, Miko, because we will be opening the floor for. Oh, there we go. There goes Miko. Say hi to Miko, as we will be opening the floor for the Q&A, or the question and answer portion. Take it away, Mix.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Glenn. Just stay in the call, Glenn. You know, I'll let you be my face. I cannot turn on my camera right now. I'm not prepared. No, I'm kidding. So, everyone, how are you guys? Yep, we're opening the floor for questions. Shall we proceed with the questions? I think the organizer would like us to, or are there any thoughts from the organizers, or shall we proceed with the questions? Do you have questions about Pireto? What opening do we have? Might be the first question. I know that this webinar is intended for IT professionals. We're pulling interns for both help desk and infrastructure positions. We're also looking for possible web developers, to help us in our intranet site. What else IT related? Of course, you have to understand in our operations, we support a payment gateway. So the entry for us to manage an account would be for technical related courses. So IT interns may also be assigned to operations for them to become a technical support intern, and we have a lot of TSI or TS interns that were observed to be technical or technicians to handle the payment gateway that we support. So that's one more path apart from typical IT department and development department. Yeah. Yes, Miss Arcdo. Oh, you're on mute po.
Okay guys, may tanong po ba tayo para kay Sir Miko at kay Sir kay Sir Jen? Kay Sir Glenn, sorry.
It's okay. I'm used to
Wow.
people butchering my name, but yeah.
So guys, pabigyan naman si Sir ng ng isang heart emoticon. Okay, ayun. Sige sir, nakikita niyo na po yung heart emoticons nyo.
Yes.
Guys, may tanong po ba kayo for Sir Glenn regarding sa Pyreto?
And yeah, you can listen to his podcast. I mean, I'm not gonna disclose your TikTok account, but no. But yes.
Okay. So,
Questions, guys?
Okay, may question po ba kayo? Sir, okay, may question siya. Naka-direct message po sa akin. Sino ito? How long po ba is the internship with Pyreto?
It's up to you. We give the liberty to the students to choose how many hours do you want to render. The longest intern I had started August last year, and it's still an active intern. So interns can renew. Some of them decides to go, would say, I would like to render only 200 hours because this sem is heavy for me. Others would say, I'm okay to render 600 hours and only have few subjects. So the interns in our company has liberty in deciding how long can they commit. We would like to establish accountability, that you own to what you commit. No? So give us what you can do. You know your schedule better, so you can decide how many hours you can commit and to what schedule. Then we can agree on what schedule we'll be reporting.
Okay. So, sir, nasagot po ba yung tanong nyo? Naka-direct message po kasi siya, sir, sa akin.
I see.
Okay. So, internship ang tanong nila. So, tumatanggap naman po ang Pyreto ng virtual interns. Tama po ba, sir?
Yes, we are currently on a remote from home setup. There are departments asking interns to report on site on a per need basis. Example, our accounting team, they have to do clerical things in the office. But for sure, if you are asked to report to the office, your transportation point to point will be booked by a Grab on our expense, and we'll cater your food.
Okay.
If it's gonna be
So,
on-site.
yun ang perks.
Yes, if it's on site,
Opo.
but definitely
Kaya
it's gonna
lang-
be work from home. Yeah.
Kaya lang, sir, yung iba yata na gusto mag-apply ay galing pa sa PUP Ragay.
Where's Ragay?
Sir,
I'm sorry, my geography is not really
sir,
well.
malapit sa sa Daong Ragay. Guys, di ba malapit sa papuntang Bicol?
Okay, so
Wow. Okay, I'm surprised.
well, we
Yes.
have we used to have interns from the northeast of Pangasinan and La Union to the southeast of Cebu and Davao. So what we do for them, if we cannot ship the equipment, we would set up a virtual desktop so that they can use. It depends actually. If the department they will be part of doesn't require much complexity or security related matters, we can let the intern use their own device. We'll just provide a certain access for them. But if they will be part of an operations or department that requires certain level of security compliance, we will set up a virtual desktop that they can get into so that they could access Pareto files without us worrying of any possible threat on that matter. So location wise, I mean, we have people globally, so what more locally, right? Nationwide is not a problem to us.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. Kasi talagang ang mga estudyante ng PUP is all over Luzon, ang PUP branch. So, ngayon, sir, meron tayo from PUP Ragay. Meron din tayo from PUP Cabiao.
So where's Cabiao?
Nueva Ecija naman, sir.
Nueva Ecija. Oh yeah.
Wow.
We had interns from the Central Luzon University before. Central Luzon State University, I think.
CSU.
Yeah, so there. We used to have interns coming from there. We had from FINMA, Pangasinan State University. So a lot of people from different parts of the country. Glenn here came from Marawi, so he's in Marawi
What?
right now.
Okay.
No, kidding.
Bigla ka, sir, tuloy na napunta sa Marawi. Okay, so sir, meron nga tayo. We also do have from PUP Mulanay. That's just Park of Quezon. So medyo
Wow.
malayo na
Oh, our
rin
new
talaga
intern,
siya.
Christine, is from Quezon. But she's
I
studying from PUP
see.
as a financial student. We took her as a cost analysis intern, helping us out with cost projection and such. We just hired her. You onboarded her, Mark, right? Last Monday. So she's from Quezon.
Meron pa rin po sa Quezon, Lopez. Malapit-lapit na rin siya sa Mulanay.
I see.
So,
Okay.
marami po
UP
tayo.
is everywhere.
Yes.
Wow.
Sa ngayon, within the Metro Manila, sa ating mga active listener, we do have from PUP, siyempre, PUP Manila. Meron din tayong PUP Parañaque, yung kapitbahay ng Maynila, kasama ang Santa Rosa, Binyan, Santo Tomas. Ayun, ito na, yun po, Parañaque, Binyan, Unisan, meron pa pala ditong taga Unisan. So, medyo malayo-layo na yun, sir. San Pedro. Ito po, sir, ito yung mga feasible at medyo malapit.
That's the
Okay.
closest Laguna, yeah.
Yeah, so at least kahit pa paano pwedeng ipagrab, sir. Pero from
Yes.
PUP Ragay, good luck.
Papalala-move namin sila.
What's vital for Pereto, if I have to say it? Glenn told you what it takes to be part of a Pereto. None of it mentioned location. So distance doesn't matter. It's really how you could contribute and the impact that you can do to the company that we're looking at. Actually, we process intern positions even if we don't have an opening, because we don't want to let go of any gem that we may know, or the fat would cross with that amazing intern. We will not let that person go. Example, you underwent the process. Everybody will go through the process as long as they would respond, no? And if we found the intern very, very amazing, we will find an opening for that. Actually, Glenn and I, we just spoke yesterday, finding another way to really have an activity for the interns, another way for them to be part of the organization and show what they can do. So, it's easier for us to say, yeah, I would like to hire this person. And we're working on our semi-named Pereto Intern Academy, but yeah, it's still in the works. And definitely PUP is the first school that we would reach out if this materializes, because we've been partner for years already. We've had a lot of amazing interns coming from this organization. And what we like about PUP students, you guys know how to work hard and you know how to rock hard. So that's one bonus thing. Apart from the fact that you guys are already intelligent and good.
Wow, thank you for that. Narinig niyo yon, mga kaisko at kaiska. At the same time, sir, meron din tayong mga hindi lang taga PUP na watching with us sa ating PUP Career Center Facebook page. Meron tayo from Nueva Ecija University, PUP Science and Technology. Bukod pa sa mga taga PUP, sir, ha? Kanina meron tayo galing naman sa, CPU daw. Okay, so again, Sir Miko and Sir Glenn. Guys, may tanong pa ba tayo kay Sir Miko at kay Sir Glenn? Okay, can you type, ang 6, if okay na si Sir Glenn and pwede na si Sir magbakasyon. Di ba, Sir Miko?
Yes, we will go on vacation.
It's our Friday. Yeah, it's our Friday
It's our
too.
Friday. And
Yeah.
I'm letting them to
Okay.
go home early, being paid full. So, oops, I announced it
Wow.
early.
Uy,
Glenn,
thanks,
be
man.
quiet.
Sir,
I just heard that and okay, cool.
Okay. I'll announce it
Okay.
later. So, yeah,
Yeah,
early
so
out.
sir, Early out na raw sila. Sir, pina-out ka na rin ng mga bata. Joke. Pumapayag na rin
Thank you
sila. So,
so much,
okay.
kids.
Yes. So, guys, Sir Miko, Sir Glenn, in behalf of the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office, thank you in importing the KAISCO, or KAISCO and KAISKA, our PUPians, the knowledge, and your expertise in your chosen field. So I hope na magkita ulit tayo sa susunod pang event ng Alumni Relation and Career Development. Sir Miko, thank you for supporting this office and at the same
Anytime.
time for having us here.
Thank you,
Opo.
everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
everyone.
Thank
Happy
you po.
holidays.
Bye-bye po. Thank you, sir. So guys, for our next speaker naman po, for our next industry speaker, okay. So our next industry speaker will talk about, wait lang po. Self-management skills. Let's welcome Mr. Ahmad Ola, Manager and Client Solution of Paxet Philippines. But before that, let's watch first the AVP of Paxet. Okay. Nangyari? Ayaw niya.
Delivering data to financial professionals. Providing leading-edge analysis applications.
No request too large and no request too small.
Who is FactSet? We're consultants. We're engineers. We're salespeople. We're product developers. We're content managers.
And that's only the beginning. So why are we here?
I have access to a smart product that serves my clients.
I control my own agenda.
I like managing others, but I'm still part of the team.
My colleagues inspire me to outperform.
I got the role I wanted because I worked hard.
People listen to my ideas, and I get the support to bring them to life.
Everyone is tasked to making us better. I love communicating with my clients. FactSet wants me to grow.
I had months of training when I started, and it didn't end there.
I'm a CFA charter holder thanks to FactSet's program.
FactSet took my team on vacation to let us know we succeeded.
I like how we give to those who need it. Traveling to a diverse location for conferences and events is enriching.
It's not only the folks who work here who agree. FactSet's included in Fortune's best companies to work for. Glassdoor's top 10 companies for work-life balance. UK's 50 best workplaces. Forbes' best small companies. Great companies for millennials by Human Resource Executive. What do you want to do at FactSet?
Okay, to discuss about self-management skills, Mr. Ahmad Ola, Manager of Client Solution, FactSet Philippines. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon po. All right, so thank you so much po. Good afternoon, everyone who is watching the PUP Career Development webinar. So let me just share my screen with you. All right, so can you please give a thumbs up if you can see my screen now? Okay, perfect. So again, good afternoon. Before we continue with the presentation, I would like you to reflect on the things that comes into your mind when you hear self-management. You may also ask yourselves why you should have self-management skills, right? So to get your answers, let's use this tool, right? Let's use this tool to kindly go to www.menti.com and use the code 1448 9059. So I have inserted a question here. What's the first thing that comes into your mind when you hear self-management? All right, thank you. We have here the first word, productivity. Okay, feel free to share your answer. So we have here discipline. We also have here time management. So what's the first thing that comes into your mind when you hear self-management? Okay, balancing life. Okay. All right, so feel free to share your answers here. Again, you can go to www.menti.com, and then once you're in the website, you can use the code 14489059. Okay, independency, career development, organization. Okay, let's give it another minute. Um, career, okay. Responsibility, growth, goals, okay. A few more seconds. What's new here? Career development. Okay. All right. So I think answers are still coming through. Okay. But if you notice from the list of the words we have here, discipline, right? So, and okay, all of these they are actually correct. They are linked to self-management, and for the next hour, that's what we are going to discuss. We will talk about self-management and how and why it is relevant to you as a student, and how it will affect you later on in your career at a later life, right? Okay, so what is self-management? Self-management is our ability to regulate and control our actions, thoughts, and feelings in a conscious and productive way. You may also associate it with self-discipline, just like what we have seen earlier from your answers, right? Someone with strong self-management skills knows what to do and how to act in different situations. For example, due to the pandemic, universities adopted online class setup, right? And as a student with self-management skills, you know how to avoid distractions while joining online classes. You actively listen to and involve yourself with the discussion instead of watching TikTok videos or browsing Facebook or Instagram while in class. You maintain focus and you stay productive. Okay. Self-management means you understand your personal responsibility in different aspects of your life. Maybe as a student, a family member, or even just an individual. And you know what you need to do to fulfill that responsibility, right? So now that we know what is self-management, or we have a background what is self-management, why do you think it is important to have? So self-management is identified as an important skill that can lead to success, whether it is in college or workforce, or you can you can treat it as a road to success in life. Okay, because self-management predicts academic and life success. There have been studies that correlate self-management at an early age with success in academics and in life. Higher levels of self-management in childhood are associated with lower rates of unemployment, higher income, and more financial security across lifespan. And those individuals with better self-management report better relationships and increased physical health. So for you as a student, it allows you to follow through on plans, to complete all the tasks that are given to you, and study for upcoming assessments and focus in class. So it will help you balance between study and relaxation. So employers identify several aspects of self-management as important for occupational success. Some of the hiring managers during interviews will look for these self-management skills. And some of the self-management skills that they are looking for are time management, workload management, work ethic, and even attention to detail. So because after several years from now, of course, you will be soon graduating, right? And you will start looking for your dream jobs. And one thing that you need to take note of is that companies hire employees who value self-management and handle individual and team tasks with due diligence. So again, this is because self-management leads to better and effective functioning. So again, self-management is very important to have or to acquire at a very early stage in life because it will lead you to success, whether it is in academics or in your career later on. So I have given some examples earlier of self-management skills, but let's take a look at some more self-management skills. Okay, again, these are just some of the examples, all right, which you may already been exhibiting, or you might want to acquire, okay, if you haven't have this these skills. So first, we have reliability. People can always count on you. So when you make a promise, you make sure to follow through that promise. Okay. So for example, in a classroom setup, your professors or instructors might be giving you group activity. And when you are presented with group activity, of course, you divide the tasks among the team members, right? And when you presented yourself to do something that will lead to the success of that project or to that group work, you make sure that you will be doing what you have promised to do on your part. Okay. Stress management. You remain calm in high pressure situations. So rather than losing focus, you find a way to solve stressful problems, right? Time management, you can prioritize your tasks and get things done on time. So you always have ways to stay motivated to complete your tasks, and you avoid procrastination. right? Here, procrastination is the enemy of the time management. And of course, I was once a student, so um, I understand you have loads of assessments and projects due maybe next week or on certain dates. However, it is important that you know how to prioritize all those tasks so you can still have time for leisure and social activities. So next, trustworthiness. You have a strong code of ethics and always follow your moral compass. Okay. So people can trust what you say and you will act in the best interest of everyone. Adaptability. You can control discomfort and adjust to the situations when things suddenly change. So you easily figure out ways to embrace new situations. Okay, and I strongly believe that this is something that most of us have exhibited during the past 3 years. We are not really used to working online or having classes virtually, but with the pandemic, we are challenged to adapt in different setups to work efficiently or to study efficiently. Conscientiousness, you're always mindful of what you say and the way you treat others. Others perceive you to be kind or thoughtful. Okay, so you might also link it to the golden rule. Don't do unto others what you don't want they do unto you. Okay. So again, these are just some of the examples of the skills for self-management, which you might already be exhibiting. Okay. So now that we have some examples or at least background with self-management, let's take a look at how we can master self-management skills. So how to master self-management skills. So we have here, take care of yourself, set goals, practice patience, plan for each day, focus on one task, reflect in strengths, think before speaking. Okay. So let's take a look at each of the ways to master self-management. Again, these are just tips. There will be a lot more, but these are just the things that I will be focusing on. So first, take care of yourself. So gratification. So by the end of the day, what we should always look forward to is the satisfaction. Okay. So each of us, okay, so we are all different. And the definition of satisfaction may differ from each of you. Okay, it may vary per individual, but knowing what that you will be satisfied after completing some tasks should give you a level of fulfillment, and that fulfillment is something that you should be looking forward to. And take productive breaks, get rest and some time off, have enough rest, and let your body and mind recover. So as a human being, we are not designed to work 24/7. So we cannot um, work all the time. Okay. And in order to function productively, you should also be taking breaks. Okay. And so as a student, we have different subjects to prepare for. And that's something that is also understandable. And sometimes what we want is to have, let's say, perfect score or have high scores on all of our subjects or pass all of our subjects. However, you as a student, you also have to make sure that you are still getting enough rest. Okay. Um, let your body and mind recover, and that will give you energy to complete another task. Okay. If you do not take breaks in between your tasks, you will just tire yourself out and you might not get the energy to complete all the tasks that you have, right? So again, take care of yourself. That includes your diet. So your diet is also important. So food is what fuels our body. So you need to be mindful of what you eat. We always hear this since grade school. So eat a balanced diet with addition of exercise. Okay. And that's something that uh, you might have been doing already. Okay. So take care of yourself. All right. Next, set goals. So by setting goals, you are also showing that you have a self-control to reach your ambitions. By staying on track and measuring your progress, you are conveying that you can manage your time and priorities. So when you're setting a goal, you may follow this SMART method. So SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. So again, when you are setting your goal should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So I have here an example um, of a goal that you might apply as well. By the end of the semester, you should pass all your subjects and have a final average grade of at least 1.5, right? You might want to set a higher rating, let's say 1.25 if that's what you are aiming for, or 1.0 okay, if you are aiming for Latin honors, okay. But with this example, we can say that it is a SMART goal. So it is specific because um, um, because you have specified what exactly the goal is. That is to pass all of your subjects. It is also measurable because you set a number or a measure um, to know if you have achieved the goal or not. So that is of at least 1.5, a grade of average grade of 1.5. Achievable, yes, I think it's also achievable. Relevant, yes, if you, of course, most of you, right, are have your or is currently enrolled in your respective universities. So I think it's relevant to pass all of your subject, and it's time bound because we set a deadline when you should be achieving your goal. Okay. So let's have another example. It's not here already in the slides. Let's say your professor set a deadline for an assessment or a project due on Friday next week. Okay. So you can set your goal to be that you will complete 100% of the assessment by Wednesday next week. Okay. So it's not really on the same day, but at least you have an allowance um, or a difference from the deadline with the deadline that you are setting for yourself. Okay. So if you're going to search online, you will find other or different methods of goal setting. Okay, there will be a lot there that you can find. But regardless of what method you use or you are comfortable with, what is important is that you practice setting goals, whether for small tasks or even for bigger dreams. So let's take a look at the uh, next way to master self-management. So practice patience. In most situations, when we get frustrated, we get distracted in achieving our goals. Okay, and it creates opportunity for us to fail. Okay, so and that's something that we don't really want, right? So let's take an example. Okay, so let's say you have a homework due by midnight before the Holy Week break. Okay, just an example. So you might have other tasks as well to complete, different subjects, um, different deadlines. You might get frustrated and start complaining about the task given to you. Okay, but as a student, that's pretty much normal. You get a lot of homework to do. Now, since you are not in a good mood to do your homework, you might be submitting works that are not really well thought or with a lot of errors. And as a result of that, you might be getting a low grade. Okay. So patience allows you to remain calm when faced with difficult or stressful situations. Learning to have patience can prevent you from making impulsive decisions. It can also help you from feeling tired or stressed or being tempted to give up easily on your goals. Okay. And to help you be more patient, you should learn how to focus on what you can control. Okay. Remember, we cannot control everything that happens around us, but there are things that we can consciously control, like our emotions. Okay. And hopefully that's something that we can practice on, right? Try to be more patient. Okay. So we have take care of yourself, set goals, practice patience so far. Now let's move to plan for each day. So keep a calendar to help you stay organized for the week. Okay. Most of us, I believe, have a calendar installed in our smartphones, right? But if you don't want, or if you're not using your calendar, you may also want to use planners, right? Or you can also use notebooks, right? To serve as your planner. So you can utilize any of those tools to map out all of the tasks, right, that are given to you. Every project assessments that you need to submit, even extracurricular activities or social activities with your friends or even your blockmates or classmates, right? But seeing your activities map out for the whole week, right, or at least for the day, that will help you prioritize which tasks require your attention most and needs to be completed. Okay. By the end of each day, take a time to assess which you have already completed and those that you haven't um, done yet. And those that you haven't done yet can still be carried over to the next day. Okay. And you can add that to the list of your task. Okay. Planning for each day doesn't mean really to plan every hour of the day. That for example by 7 a.m. You should be doing this already. By 7:15 you will be doing this particular task. That's not really how what I meant by planning, because that will be stressful and exhausting if you um plan out what you have to do on each day. But others um, have that skill to plan what they have to do every minute. So what you actually just need to do is to set a period of your day to complete certain tasks. maybe your homework or preparation for assessments or exams. Okay. Planning is also related to goal setting. So after setting a goal, right, um, you should also identify the ways how you can achieve those goals, right? So you have to plan on what you need to do to achieve it. So going back to our example earlier, let's say you have a task or assessments to be completed by Wednesday next week. Um, you want to know, or you want to ask yourself, how are you going to complete the task? Or um, are you going to do it all at once on Wednesday next week, or you will divide the task, or you will divide the items on your assessments or your projects on different days of the week? Okay, but whatever you should have decided on in achieving your goal, um, it should help you take a less stressful route. Okay, so plan for each day, and that's something that also can be linked to one of the words that we have seen earlier, organization. Okay, focus on one task. So focus your attention on one task at a time. So contrary to what or to the common notion, common belief that you should learn how to multitask, you should be focusing your attention on one task at a time. Most people don't have that ability to successfully multitask because switching from one task to another takes energy, right? It will be exhausting if you are doing one task and then another task at the same time. Okay. Sometimes it can also be ineffective, right? Because you might be completing task given to you, but the results may not be at par to the standard, or it might be due to the amount of the attention that you put on each task, right? Imagine you are preparing for your exam, let's say on two different subjects, let's say math and communication. I'm not really familiar what your subjects are this semester, but let's say math and communication or English. So it will be difficult for you to review both subjects at the same time, right? So unless you have really that ability to multitask and to review math and English at the same time. So when you do that, preparing for both subjects at the same time, it might turn out that you are not well prepared for both subjects since you are not focused on any of them. Okay. Okay. Or let's say you have, let's say you're working on a problem set in accounting, but at the same time you are writing an essay for your history class. Okay. So you might be able to complete both tasks, but you might feel exhausted or stressed after that, right? So try to focus your attention on one task at a time. And by creating your own organizational system, right, that will help you prioritize your responsibilities and your tasks, it will help you be more calmer and more focused on your work. And this can also avoid feeling overwhelmed or stressed. Okay. So one tip that I can share when you were is that when you are starting your day, try listing down all your tasks and then categorize the task based on its importance and urgency, right? So you would know, okay, so I have to focus on this first and then this task next. Okay. So again, focus on one task. and don't task. Next, reflect in strengths. So take a moment to think about what skills you do best. By understanding what you are good at, you can be in more control of your career path. Embracing your strengths can help you feel more confident and at ease. So I think this is from, I can share this. This is from a personal experience. Back in college, I can say I was good in coding a program and understanding and executing algorithms. Knowing that I have that as my strength, use it to my advantage at work. Okay. Instead of doing manual process in Excel, um, I use it to make my workflow easier. Okay. I started in my files. I started adding codes to Excel, and so that the following or the next time that I will need to have certain output, I will just need certain data, and I will get the output that I want. Okay, and doing so, having that strength makes my work less stressful. Okay, so you as well, you can take some time to reflect. Okay, and if you don't know what your strengths are yet, maybe before you go to sleep tonight, you can take some time to reflect about it. So think as well um, how you can use those strengths that you have reflected on um, as your advantage in your academics. Okay, in completing assessments or um, reviewing or even your extracurricular activities. Okay. Lastly, we have here think before speaking. Think through what you are going to say to avoid hurtful responses and offer truly valuable insights. Even if you have critiques, there are always alternative ways to share your thoughts in a productive and professional way. So maybe we can have an example here. So let's say you are in a group activity. So in a group activity, you of course have to brainstorm, and you cannot avoid to have opposing ideas, right? And um, well, it's okay to share what you have in mind or oppose your teammates' suggestions, right? But take note that you cannot simply just no or we can't do that, right? What you can do there is try to explain, right? What will be the result if your team follow that certain suggestion, okay? And share your ideas and how and on why you think it will show better results, okay? So don't just focus on saying no, okay? You should be providing as well or start providing developmental feedback to your teammates, okay? You may also apply this not only when speaking, um, but also when you are about to do something before taking an action, right? Before taking an action, try to think about it thoroughly, right? Think about it multiple times, okay? And whatever words that you will say or actions that you take, it will always tell something about yourself, okay? Or at least about the decision making skills of yours, okay? All right. So are there rules to self-management? Well, technically, there are no solid rules in achieving self-management. So those that I have here these are just tips which you can set for yourselves as rules, and which hopefully can help you have a higher level of self management. Let's go through each of those. Create your own values and principles and stand by them. So if you have something to contribute, speak up, but don't forget to speak up or share your ideas politely. Stay true to what you say and the promises you make. Okay. So again, don't break your promises. If you say that you were going to do this particular thing, make sure to uh, hold on to your promises. Be accountable and own your responsibilities. Okay. So if something went bad because of the decisions you made, make sure you are accountable to it. That will also show self-management. Be productive by developing good habits. Keep yourself well-read and think interesting thoughts. Keep yourself disciplined. Be polite and respectful and kind to everyone. Be enthusiastic and look for motivation rather than making excuses to complete tasks. Take care of your mind and body. Okay. So again, these are just the tips, not rules for self-management, and hopefully you can apply it to yourselves, maybe as student or, or even as an individual. Okay. So I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you so much for listening. And do you have any questions about self-management?
No, from PUP, managing things that are going to your life.
Sorry, Pop.
Apo, mukhang may question, sir, from PUP Paranaque, or this is a comment. Managing things that are going on in your life.
Okay. I'm not really sure if that's a question, pero yeah, is that are they asking for
PUP Paranaque, Patrick. Wait lang po. This is Patrick. Sir Patrick? Is this a question po?
Oh, I think it's an answer to my first slide.
Okay,
Asking
sir.
what is the first thing that comes into your mind when you hear self-management, because it was sent 203.
Okay. Yes, sir. Sige po. Guys, you can interact with our speaker. Sir Ahmad, pwede po kayong mag-raise ng hand nyo, o kaya po you can type your question on our comment section sa Facebook page, or isa pa po, you can post your question on this Zoom chat. Okay? May question po ba tayo kay Sir Ahmad? Okay, sir. Ako magtatanong po. Ang PACSET po ba ay nag-a-accept ng virtual OJT?
I'm not sure for now about virtual OJT po. But I can go back to you on that later on po. Pero we are accepting for those who are graduates, we are accepting in our department advisor level, entry level for the client solutions department.
Okay. So, guys, may tanong tayo kay sir? Or maliwanag pa sa sikat ng araw? Nasa vacation mode na yata, sir, sila lahat.
Mukha nga po.
Okay. So, guys, can you give anong reaction ng, can you give a thumbs up? Thumbs up naman tayo. Ayan.
Meron po ating
Sir, may
nag-ask.
pwede po magtanong. Si Miss sa San Pedro? Ma'am, sino to? Galbuena? You can open your microphone po. Pwede,
Hello
pwede
po.
po kayong magtanong ng personal. Yes po.
I want to
Yes, Miss
ask
Emma?
po regarding sa internship tapos sa recruitment at po doon po sa goals ng company niyo po para po sa ano, para po sa yung goals po para sa recruitment. Ganun po.
Okay. So for the internship, I cannot provide you a definite answer for now. But for the recruitment, we have openings for different departments. We have one, or we are always open for the client solutions as um, for the entry level advisor. We also have openings for our technical support and research analysts. Okay. Maybe I can go back to you later on about the internship. Okay. And for the goals of the company, maybe I can share one of our motto as one is to make sure that um, we use sorry. So one of our goals maybe is that like what they said, the motto is that to ensure that we are collaborating with each other. Okay. In our department, we have certain um, goals that we also would like to achieve on, and in our department particularly, we are assisting FactSet clients, those who are using our the FactSet software and the data that we provide, just to make sure that they utilize well their the tools that we provide them, and that they are satisfied with it.
So, sir, Miss Gabuena, nasagot po ba yung tanong niyo, sir?
Yes po. Thank you po for answering.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, guys, may tanong po ba kayo? By the way, reminder guys, the link for your digital certificates is already posted sa Zoom chat natin and sa comment section ng Facebook page natin. Guys, may tanong pa tayo kay sir? Open na po ang ating floor for Q&A. Miss Marisol? May tanong ka po kay sir?
Feel free to ask lang po.
You're free to ask daw po the question. Pwede kayong magtanong ng technique kay sir kung paano kung may problem or anything. Okay? So mukhang nahihiya lahat sila sir eh. So guys, nasa vacay mode na sila sir. Okay, so can you give sir a heart emoticon once to show the appreciation of na nandito siya ngayon sa inyo. Sorry yun daw ang napindot. Okay po. So guys, maraming salamat sir. Maraming salamat PacSet for being with us today and sharing your expertise and knowledge on self-management skills, and I hope may natutunan po ang ating kaisko at ang ating kaiska, ang ating PUPians sa inyo. And happy long weekend ba? Or Holy Week na to? So alam ko yung iba sir is most of the industry ngayon is meron silang Holy Week break. Tama
Yes
po
po.
ba? Kaya lang kinuha ng PUP yung Holy Week nyo.
It's
So,
okay.
pasensya na, sir. So, in behalf of the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office, I'm Professor Jane S. Pulma. Arigato gozaimashita, sir. And please extend my gratitude to your industry and sharing your expertise and at the same time in joining in this event. Maraming salamat, sir. Thank you po. And guys, for our
Thank you rin po.
PUPians, Thank you po. For our PUPians, our kais ka from PUP Ragay, PUP Mulanay, PUP Cabiao. Ano pa ba? Isa-isahin natin, guys. PUP Paranaque, PUP Mulanay, PUP Santa Mesa, of course, PUP Unisan, PUP Lofes, PUP Quezon, ano to? Paranaque, kala ko Quezon City. So, maraming salamat guys and joining with us. And by the way, we'll be having our webinar again on the 29th of this month. So, I hope to see you guys there. And at the same time, meron na naman po kaming mga inihandang topic para sa inyo. At the same time, may mga medyo mas marami yung industry na to compare ngayon. Ngayong araw na to, meron lang tayong 4 na industries. But on the 29, we'll be having 6 industries for the whole event. Okay po. So I hope may natutunan kayo. I'm Professor Jane S. Pulma of the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office, signing off. And ito na po ang ating himno ng PUP.
Ikaw taglay, PUP aming kamay.